Aloha and welcome to Connecticut Style. I'm Jocelyn Momenta. Are you ready to have some fun today? Well, we certainly are. Coming up on the show, Arte is a small nonprofit making a big difference in the Latino community. We'll tell you how this local organization is helping to promote art, culture, and talent during Hispanic Heritage Month. And later on, singer-songwriter Chris Castle is back to perform a song from his latest album and talk about his upcoming cross-country tour. And let's find out for Teresa what's happening in the kitchen. Que pasa, Teresa?
Oh, hasta luego, Jocelyn? I don't know. Hey, it's my lucky day. We're here with the three casino cops, Officer Diego Quintero on the end there, Detective Sergeant Al Vasquez, and Lieutenant Luis Casanova. Is that really your last name,
That's
Lieutenant?
That's really my last name.
Okay, I see. Well, gentlemen, you brought a lot of food here. What are we making?
We're making a sancocho, which is basically a stew, a beef pork stew, with many different types of vegetables.
Vegetables I've never seen before.
Yes. This right here is a yeltilla, sort of like in the potato family.
Okay, and how are you guys affiliated with Arte?
Arte, I'm on the executive board of Arte, and Arte is a local organization that promotes local art and education through art.
All right. My Cocina Cops, let's get the show on the road. Look right into camera 3. Tell everyone what they're going to do.
Sit back and relax.
You're having lunch?
With style.
Hi, I'm Bob Alvine.
And I'm Jeff Fox, here with great news.
Kia, one of the most exciting brands on the road, has joined the Premier family.
Introducing Premier Kia.
At Premier, we offer the largest selection of Kia sedans, crossovers, and minivans, starting as low as $12,797.
And all are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Come in now for a hassle-free sales and service experience.
Premier Kia, Route 1, Branford.
What can you do with original Duck brand duct tape? Maybe the better question is, what can't you do? Got almost anything to do? Get the duck to do it. Now available in exciting new prints.
Get ready for the chew. Treat yourself to something delicious.
If you love beef, try pastrami instead of bacon on your burger.
Make every recipe your very own.
Join the chew. Weekdays, only on ABC.
When did you move out?
June 1st of 2011. Lindsay actually lied in this courtroom saying that she left June 1st. She's still residing there and has no plans of moving.
I am in the process of moving out.
You're still living there.
Judge Judy.
Today at 4 on News 8.
Arte is dedicated to promoting Latino art, culture, and education. And during Hispanic Heritage Month, Arte is hosting a number of events, most of which are free. Joining me now is the chairman of Arte, Danny Diaz. Bienvenido.
Gracias, Jocelyn.
It's great to have you. Now, Arte is based in New Haven, but you do all kinds of things throughout the state. How would you describe the Latino culture?
Well, Latino culture is, as I always tell people, we all come from different places. We come via different ways, but we are here with the same purpose, and it's to progress, to give a better life to our children. We're very similar in many ways, but we're very different in other ways. We have a common language, which is Spanish, and due to a lot of regionalisms, we're very different in our cuisine, we're very different in some dialects as well. Our music, which is our popular music, is very similar. However, each country has their own folkloric music as well.
And of course, living here in the United States, all the events that you're doing is really helping to raise awareness of what you are all about.
Yes, it does. Not only it does that, but it also closes our cultures together, and it also helps us develop a way to bridge the gap between different communities.
Very good. Let's talk about some of the programs you do have throughout the year. So tell us more about that.
Well, we have programs throughout the year. We promote art, talent, and education. We do a lot of after-school programs. We do programs with our youth because celebrating Hispanic heritage is not only celebrating where we were, who we are, but also where we're heading. And part of that involves education. We at Arte understand that education is the main tool for our community to grow. And that's why we're putting a lot of our resources in education. We bring children to colleges. We do after-school program. We do family arts workshop. And we also give scholarships to students who are interested in the arts.
You really want to make sure that these children succeed in life.
Yes, yes, that is our main goal.
What's the challenge, I think, for these kids who come from a different culture and living in the United States? What's the biggest challenge?
A lot of times the challenge comes from within the families. A lot of parents don't speak the language, so really they don't know the whereabouts and how to navigate through the system, as I call it. A lot of students, of course, because of the resources, they're not exposed to universities, they're not exposed to a lot of opportunities that other children are. So that's, I would say, the main challenge with our youth.
We have some pictures that we want to share with everybody because this really does showcase your youth and the future. Yes. And what are they doing here?
Well, here they're making masks. They're masks from a town in Loíza. And it was a family arts workshop that we did. They paint the masks and they have the horns. And those masks were done in the past as part of our history to scare up the Spaniards, to scare all the people that they felt were against them. And it's a combination of the Taino culture and the African culture.
Very good. You have a number of after-school arts programs.
Yes.
Ties all that in. And who do we have here?
Well, here we have Pablo Garcia, who's one of our board members, and me, of course. We look great, don't we?
Yes, you do. You look very festive with your hats and everything. Of course, culture is, arts and culture, a big thing here.
Yes. Here we have one of our students from Co-op. She's one of the only Latino harp players. We actually hired a lot of artists to perform in our events.
Is she a recipient of any of your annual scholarships?
No, she's not.
Okay,
she's actually one of the newcomers, and hopefully we did advise her to please apply for the future.
Yeah, because I know you have those scholarships.
Yes,
and
yes.
This is one way of promoting the children and educating them as well and getting them into college.
Yes.
Very good. And large group there.
Of course. This is visiting colleges. This is a group of students visiting one of the universities in which they meet students who look like them, and they can actually advise them on what to do in the future.
Very good. And, of course, their families are getting together here, sharing a wonderful activity.
Yeah. That's the Family Arts Workshop.
Very good. And there, of course, is the bright future.
Of course, that's the future of Latinos in Connecticut and also in our nation. We want to make sure that they understand their ways and they can also be successful.
You have a lot of events during Hispanic Month, and many of them are free. Let's talk about some of those.
Yes, yes. We have all of our events, most of them are free, of course, and we actually have to thank our sponsors, because if it wasn't for them, we would have not been able to have these events for free, which is Comcast, Wells Fargo, and the Knights of Columbus, and also other sponsors, which are listed in our brochure, and people can look into our website, arteinc.com. However, let's get into the events. We have the Cocina Cups, of course.
Yes, of course. We're going to see them in a few minutes.
Definitely. And let me tell you, what they're cooking, my grandfather used to make it for lunch every day, and he lasted to 106. So I think there's something in root vegetables that make you last forever. We have a show currently taking place at our offices at 19 Grand Avenue, which is a show on art and food. We also have a coffee tasting. A gentleman by the name of Dennis Garvey will make a presentation on that. We're bringing a group of students to Albertus Magnus and with the all college bound trips.
Yes.
And this Saturday we will be having a workshop for art and science for all the students and their families to come in, and we want them all to come at Columbus
And
School.
everyone is invited to participate
Of
from
course,
all
yeah.
different cultures.
We welcome everybody because we're here and we're here together to make a better USA, a better nation.
Absolutely.
And the only way we could do it is, as I always say, culture is not something you keep inside. You have to share it with other people so people can understand who you are. And, you know, we're creating a fusion here of all cultures.
Very good. And of course, for more information, go to arte-inc.com. Danny, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Up next, Arte Cocina cops are in the kitchen preparing traditional sancocho and a special Lutini cocktail when Connecticut Style returns.
Now's the time to recarpet your entire house. It's Empire's whole house sale. Buy 2 rooms of carpet and get the rest of your rooms free. We're talking whole house. Shop at home for leading brands like Shaw and Stainmaster. Get professional installation. And right now, buy 2 rooms and get the rest free with no interest till 2013. Don't miss our whole house sale. Buy 2 rooms, get the rest free.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Summer's still alive and kicking at the Big E, September 16th through October 2nd. Blake Shelton at the Big E, October 1st on the Comcast Arena stage. Tickets at thebige.com.
At Stressless and Sabre Country Barn, we know the body molds itself into whatever object supports it, but that's opposite how it should be. Comfortable furniture molds itself to your body, not the other way around. We design our stressless furniture to do just that, which might explain why getting up from one is as rejuvenating as sitting down in the first place. Now, buy any stressless seat at Sabre Country Barn and receive credit toward additional purchases. Located at 2 Main Street off I-95 in Old Saybrook.
We just heard all about the Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations, and now we're going to get a cooking lesson from Arte's Cocina cops, Detective Sergeant Al Vasquez, Police Officer Diego Quintero, and Lieutenant Luis Casanova. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Nice to have you all here. And you brought a lot of veggies and fresh vegetables here. What are we making exactly?
We're making a stew. It's called sancocho in Spanish. And it basically consists of a lot of vegetables and proteins. We got beef, we got pork, some beef ribs. We got some vegetables over here. This is called a yautía.
A what?
A yautía.
Okay.
Which is basically in the potato family. It grows a lot in tropic, and it's actually very better than a regular potato in terms of vitamins and stuff like that.
And this is a traditional meal?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a traditional Latin soup. Every Latin country does have different versions of it. For instance, today we combine the 3 different types of meats in terms of pork, beef. It kind of gives it a unique taste to it. The flavor comes out, the different types of vegetables using. It's just a very tasty type stew.
All right.
And, you know, here to share with everybody.
Well, let's get started then. I want to learn how to make this.
All right, so typically you're going to put some olive oil in the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
And you're going to braise the meat. Obviously, for the sake of TV, we kind of do this the wrong way. But typically, you would brown your meat. You throw it in here. And
seems like it would serve a lot of people.
Oh, it is.
Right?
It's a very large serving, absolutely.
We're feeding the whole police department here?
Well, almost. Yeah, we'll take some adobo. We'll put it on top of the meat. Coat it real nice.
I think adobo is used in almost all of these.
It's a staple in our cuisine.
Recipes, right?
That's standard for everything, too.
All right, grab the adobo.
It's definitely a staple in our cuisine. So you would let that meat brown, typically.
Okay.
Once it's browned, would you go ahead and introduce your vegetables?
Did you do all that chopping?
Yes, I did.
Now, what's the difference between a banana and a plantain?
Well, I guess it's different tastes, to be quite honest with you.
It's sweet, obviously, but it comes from the same family.
Right.
All right, sounds good.
So you would peel typically this pot here, 2 green plantains, 2 yellow plantains, the sweet ones. You have about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of the yautía. Pumpkin, about another cup of pumpkin.
Oh.
And you would just simply, once your meat is browned, you would add.
You throw it right in, huh?
Right in there. Yeah.
Just the mixture, and you know, again, this is what we're using. Every household might.
You could alternate with different ingredients.
You alter. You might want to take one thing that you might not like, and it's still going to taste somewhat the same. It's just this particular ingredients that we use, and it's our choice.
Got it. Now, Lieutenant Casanova on the end there, how are you guys involved with Arte?
I'm on Arte's board, and we directly, all three of us, get involved in their annual events throughout the year. Their college trips where they take inner city kids and expose them to the college culture, which in most cases, well, not in most cases, in some cases, some of these kids will not have that opportunity to be exposed to college life. So we help them with those types of things.
I see. Okay. Back to the cooking. We have all the ingredients in one pot, which seems pretty simple.
Yes, very simple. At this point, you would add some sofrito, which is basically cilantro, culantro, onions, garlic, little salt, little cumin. You put it in your blender, and this is the consistency that you end up with.
Almost like a pesto, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Almost like a pesto, yep. And you would add this couple of big spoonfuls in your pot. You would add some cumin, some adobo. We already added adobo, some sazon, salt, and then, of course, the sofrito will go in your pot. You stir it all up, and you introduce your water to it. You're looking for about maybe half a pot more of water to cover the vegetables.
Okay.
And then you just let it stew.
That's it. How long is it stewing for?
You're going to stew for about a good hour, an hour,
You just stir it, I'm assuming?
Yes. Once in a while, you go in there, you stir it.
Occasionally, you do stir a little, and make sure it's not sticking to the bottom, and keep checking
Keeping
to
an
see
eye
if
on,
there's
right?
any tenderness, to
What
the
is it,
potato.
and then how do you serve it once it's all done?
Basically, you can serve it on a bowl. As I said before, you can do it just as a meal of itself. It's a very hearty soup or stew. Or you can serve it with rice. We have rice to serve with it on the side, or some people even put it in the soup.
Now, do you cook in the police department for everyone?
No, I do not.
He will.
He's going to today.
He's going to, right? He's making lunch for everybody?
He's going to start. Yes.
All right, terrific. This sounds great. What would you serve for dessert? What's a typical Latino dessert?
A flan would be nice. It's like a custard, Spanish custard.
All right, very good.
Also, tres leches is also goes with the dessert.
And we have a cocktail that goes very well with this.
It can go as a cocktail or dessert.
Either or. You can do dessert. How does it work? Let's get started with this.
I'm going to make a lutini.
Okay.
A lutini consists of...
Because you're Lou.
Because I'm Lou. So we titled it after me.
How fitting.
A lutini consists of a small amount of orange juice.
Is this an original recipe?
It's an original recipe made by Lou Casanova.
It truly is.
You really could call it the Casanova.
One of the key ingredients is parcha juice. Parcha juice is a passion fruit.
Okay.
And I put a tad bit of this in there. 2 servings of this. If you want to put a little bit of a bang to it, you put Puerto Rican liquor. Puerto Rican Bacardi, rather. You put 2 of these in there.
Depending on taste, right?
Absolutely.
Depending on taste, correct.
Depending on the mood, yeah.
And you top it off with a splash of grenadine.
Sweeten it up a little.
Sweeten it up a little bit. Put this aside.
That sounds... All right, you mix that, and
you
of course,
irrigate it.
you can find the recipe on WTMH.com. You guys going to stay to the end of the show, and we're going to want to give it a taste.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Coming up next, singer-songwriter Chris Castle performs When Connecticut Style returns. That looks terrific. We'll be right back.
Money doesn't talk, it whispers. Twisted words and double speak. I'm strung along by the song and the...
The house they were renting was condemned, but how could their landlord just remove all their possessions?
The tenants tell us she has also thrown out all their belongings onto the lawn.
Pictures, clothes, sheet dressers, beds, ruined.
They took it out and just smashed it.
Did she have the legal right to do this?
No, that's why the police are involved.
Well, we are involved too, because we want these people to get the justice they deserve. Who's got your back? News 8.
Connecticut Lighting Centers and Restoration Lighting Gallery make the world shine. Connecticut Lighting has today's styles in ceiling fans, kitchen and bath lighting, chandeliers, lamps, and outdoor lighting. Go to ctlighting.com for special values. Shop Restoration Lighting Gallery for one-of-a-kind antique and vintage lighting. Over 1,000 lampshades on display. Repair and restoration available.
Connecticut Lighting Centers, we put the accent on your home.
Not quite. Higher. Oh, right there. That's it. That's it. Oh, wow. That's it.
What's your favorite position? Find out by browsing Connecticut's largest selection of adjustable bed frames. Comfort Sleep Systems.
Why do people wait so long to call the dentist? You're going to have to take care of it sometime.
Now save 30% on dental and denture services. Hurry, offer ends October 18th. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Come on, people. Take care of your smile. Call Aspen Dental.
Little time to smile.
Chris Castle is a folk Americana songwriter who began performing publicly at age 4 and was a signed Nashville songwriter at 15. Now, he's originally from New London, Ohio, but now calls New London, Connecticut his home. He was on our show last spring, and we really liked him so much. We wanted him to come back. It's wonderful to have you back,
Thanks
Chris.
for having me back.
And you brought along some friends with you this time.
Some of my closest friends, some Ohio folks. This is the Womack Family Band. We've been touring together for about a year, on and off, all over this side of the Mississippi. And I knew that when I was coming back that you guys would enjoy these folks.
Very good. Would love to meet all of them.
Sure. This is Tony Schaefer. We've got Noah Hyman, Corey Webb, and Haley Hyman. And Haley and Noah are brother and sister, which always makes traveling in a van very interesting.
I'm sure. All right, what have you been doing since the last time we saw you?
Well, the most exciting news is that we went to Woodstock, New York, to the home recording studio of Levon Helm from the band, and recorded my upcoming album. The Womacks joined me on the entire thing. We had Garth Hudson from the band playing the Hammond B3 organ.
You have a lot
Tommy
of big
Ramone
names,
from the Ramones
yes.
played on it, and yeah, really good
some
stuff.
Grammy Award-winning
And some
folks.
Hall of Famers, you know, some of the older generation that the music business has changed so much. You don't operate the same way that you did. You don't get a major record label's budget behind you and just spend and spend. It's no longer throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. You know, everything has become really niche as far as the marketing, and really it's all DIY for the most part these days. So the logic was, on their part, they thought, well, here's this young guy. If we could put our name and credentials behind this project, it might help him get this thing out. Because they did have the advantage of coming out in the 60s when it was a different world musically.
Well, that's great. Now, let's tell everybody where you're performing this weekend really quickly.
Yeah. Tonight, actually, we're at Sneakers in Groton. Tomorrow night, we're going to be at the Oasis Pub in New London with some good friends, Raise the Rent, great local swing band. And then we're basically going to be...
You'll be in Bridgeport as well.
We're going to be in Bridgeport at Two Boots. No, we're not going to end up...
No, it'll be Saturday at the Side Pocket in Groton and Sunday at Perks and Courts in Westerly, Rhode Island.
That's right.
Very good.
The schedule just changed while we were on the road, actually,
Okay, well,
which
that's
happens
great.
sometimes.
Great to update everybody. All right. I'm going to let you guys sing right now and perform.
Sounds
Chris
good.
Castle and the Womack Family Band.
Thanks, Jocelyn. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Roads of gold, carrying wealth untold, taking me everywhere but home. Land of plenty, gods of stone, taking me everywhere but home. Lines with signs littered on either side. Everything else is glass and chrome. Sea of concrete, 12 lanes wide, taking me everywhere but home. And the money doesn't talk, it whispers, twisted words and double speak. I'm strung along by the song in the distance and strung out from listening. The laundry list script in my fist goes on and on and on, taking me everywhere but home. promise of tomorrow lingers, more mocking than encouraging, and the things I love and the prize I'm seeking get farther away from me. The treasure that's forever just between the sand and foam, taking me everywhere but home, taking me everywhere but home.
Hey Wendy, me and the boys like our chicken with big flavor.
Well, let's answer that call with a truckload of flavor-dipped chicken for the Branch Street Firehouse.
That's a great sandwich.
Got some zing to it, huh?
We only use tender, whole-breast fillets. Then we hand-dip them in tangy barbecue sauce or Bull Buffalo. That's our flavor-dipped chicken.
Jim, you're making a mess, man. Oh, thanks, John.
Try one today, because like these guys, you know when it's real.
Firefighter tested, firefighter approved. I agree.
What can you do with original Duck brand duct tape? Maybe the better question is, what can't you do? Got almost anything to do? Get the duck to do it.
Now available in easy-to-cut sheets.
Get ready for the chew. Treat yourself to something delicious.
If you love beef, try pastrami instead of bacon on your burger.
Make every recipe your very own. Join the chew. Weekdays, only on ABC.
It's the anniversary sale at Bassett. Filling your home with comfortable, long-lasting furniture is easier than ever, with savings up to 35% on our best-selling collections. Plus, pay no interest for 24 months. Don't miss the anniversary sale at Bassett.
Send your pics and video to reportit@WTNH.com.
And we're back in the casino with Tres Casino Cops. And we are looking forward to eating all of this. It looks fabulous. And I understand you guys are actually going to have a cooking demonstration. Luis, when will it be?
That's correct. We're going to have a live demonstration October 5th at 5:30. Location is going to be 19 Grand Avenue. At that time, you'll be able to taste the sancocho and the lutini. There is a $10 donation to enter.
It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, now, Chris, for an update as to where you'll be performing, where should people go?
DirtSandwich.com is the official website, and the calendar there doesn't lie.
Okay.
So it always knows.
Very good. And that CD we were telling you about is going to be coming out in January. You guys ready to try this, right? I'm going to pass this back here with a couple of forks so you guys can share that and see what you think. I want to thank all of our guests, of course, but most of all, thank you all for watching. Make it a great day, everybody. So we can share.